Welcome back. So fortunately, I brought about 2 cases of my Irish Stout up to Washington. We're quarantining up here until the end of the stay-at-home order. So I pretty much brought all the beer I had. We already went through the black IPA, so I won't have a review for that until the next time I make it. But I saved one of these cans, at least. So let's get into it. It's been a while since I did a review. So this is my Irish Stout. It's basically kind of a Guinness clone, but it has none of the 3% sour beer that Guinness actually blends in with their stout. So it's going to be like an unsoured version of the normal Guinness stout, which I love, but I hate the sourness. I don't do dark sours. Personal preference. So let's do aroma first. So we've got a beautiful dark tan head. I would almost call that like a teak, like my table. The color, it's jet black. It's pretty thick beer. You know, it doesn't taste thick, but it's definitely got an inkiness to it. The head is a little larger bubbles than I would like. I mean, eventually I would love to put this on nitro. I think that would really lend itself to this. It's already pretty smooth and creamy. So let's do aroma. It's so hard to pick out aroma for stouts. I just want to say it's like roasty. So it's got a slightly sour roastiness to it. It honestly smells like a Guinness to me. I love the smell of Guinness. I don't like the taste of Guinness, which you guys can hate all you want, but I've been trying it for years and I don't think I'll ever like it. So it definitely smells like when you crush up chocolate malt. I feel like chocolate malt almost has the more acidic character than I would say like Carafa does. It might be the astringency in the husks because, you know, Carafa 3 is dehusked and chocolate malt typically isn't. There's some of each in this, so I think that's what I'm really picking up. So let's taste it. So the body is pretty thin. It's not a high alcohol beer. It's about, I want to say 5.5%, if I remember correctly. So though it is inky black, it is very light drinking. So I get some bitterness, but it's not lasting at all. I do get a little bit of astringency, probably from the darker malts, but it's not overpowering, and it doesn't dry out my mouth like a tea astringency would. It just kind of gives it a little tartness, I think. You know, it's got that dark malt punch, but it's an extremely light tasting beer. Other than that, I can feel it in the roof of my mouth. I'm getting a roastiness on the roof of my mouth. It stays with you, but it's not a bitterness that stays with you so much. It's more of a roasty maltiness, though it is not sweet. It's pretty dry. And that's what's giving it the light appearance. It's not cloying or overly sweet, or really, I wouldn't call this sweet at all. I wish I had better descriptors for this. I'm so used to trying fruit beers and IPAs that I'm used to describing fruited or like fruit off flavors and fruit tastes that trying a dark beer is actually kind of a challenge. It's it's not like one of the malty lagers that I've been trying for the BJCP program. it doesn't have fruitiness at all. It's a pretty roast and malt forward beer. It's a little grainy. I'm getting this is exactly how I describe it. The almost burnt crust of a really nice artisan sourdough bread. That's exactly how I would describe this beer. That in liquid form, that's all you need to know. I hope you guys get to make this beer. It's one of my favorites. I have to make it every few months or so just to appease the husband and have something nice and light on tap. So, I mean, it's a good quarantine beer because you won't get shit-faced off of it. So, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.